Dear colleagues, partners, and clients, my name is Elena. I'm managing partner at Inteliumlaw, and today we will discuss Curaçao gaming licenses and the recent changes in Curaçao gaming regulation. This topic is very hot at the moment, as you may know. And in this short video, I will outline key points in the history of Curaçao gaming regulation and highlight the key requirements and conditions under the new licensing regime. I hope it will be interesting and useful for you. So let's start. The Curaçao gaming regulation has been evolving over time. It started in 2019 when the governor of Curaçao transferred its mandate to issue gaming licenses to the Ministry of Finance. After that, in March 2020, the Ministry of Finance transferred its authority to the Curaçao Gaming Control Board, with further amendments in November 2023. In general, the history of Curaçao gaming regulation could be divided into two periods. For the simplicity, we will correlate the name of each specific period with the name of the applicable regulation at that time. So the first period is the period of the National Ordinance on the Games of Hazard, and the second period is the period of the National Ordinance on the Games of Chance. Let's talk about the first period. This is a well-known period of four master licensors. It is associated with such names as Inteliumlaw, Curaçao iGaming, Curaçao, CIL, and licenses were granted in the form of sub-licenses. We used to this period both gaming consultants and gaming operators. However, unfortunately, it started coming to an end in September 2023. It was associated with the law of events. On the 1st September 2023, the Curaçao Gaming Control Board announced that they will accept applications for the gaming licenses directly. They also established a period till the end of April 2024 for the licensed operators to apply for a new license to have benefits of grandfathering. They also provided a new fees for gaming licenses that was around Euro 66k for both operators and B2B providers. And many of us are aware of this difficult period of unstable regulation and unclear rules. Our company cooperated a lot with master licensors and the new regulator to help our clients to pass through this period smoothly, ensuring the licenses are safe. And this period ended in December 2024, where the National Ordinance on the Games of Chance was adopted. So let's talk about this second. So the second period is the period of the National Ordinance on the Games of Chance. The regulation was adopted on 24th of December 2024, and it was very unexpected Christmas gift for gaming consultants. If I'm not mistaken, first promises to adopt this regulation were announced even in 2022. Probably many of us gave up waiting for its adoption. And it was finally approved by the Parliament on 17th of December and then enacted on 24th of December 2020. So let's talk about the new requirements for the new applicants for the gaming licenses, as well as new requirements to the already licensed operators who would like to keep the license in Curaçao. So to apply for a new license, the license applicant should meet the following conditions. It should have the Curaçao registered entity, the Curaçao registered address, UBO and key persons of this entity should be clearly ascertained. The UBO and key persons of this entity shouldn't have criminal records. They shouldn't have tax debts or any history of license suspension in the past. They also should provide clearly identifiable source of funds and wealth. There is also one more condition that should be mentioned. There's a condition to provide clearly identifiable source of liquidity assets that will be used to cover any future claims from the players. And this condition was never previously in Curaçao regulation. This is a new condition, and this is something with which we can live, but we need to be prepared for that, and we need to consider this condition in case we would like to apply for the license in Curaçao under the new regime. It also worth discussing several interesting new requirements to the license holders in Curaçao under the new gaming regulation. The regulation requires that each gaming operator in 4 years after the enactment of the regulation should employ or engage under other conditions at least one key person different from the managing director in Curaçao, registered in Curaçao, population register. And in 5 years, the number of these key persons should be at least 3. And this is where the issue might begin. Because, to be honest, it might be really challenging to meet these requirements. The Curaçao population register is limited, and the quality of personnel there is questionable. So probably you would need to consider to relocate to Curaçao, let's say your favorite lawyer, and in 5 years probably the whole legal team. But let's be serious and consider the wording of these requirements, because the wording seems a bit unclear and subject to additional clarification from side of Curaçao regulator. And I would say that's the same unclear wording we have for the exemptions from these requirements. So I suggest transfer any additional questions related to these requirements to our direct communication. If you have any question, just message us and we will discuss it. Another condition that should be discussed is the license fees for the new license. And the license fees established at the level of around euro 55k for the gaming operator and around 25k for B2B provider. That is finally fair, because under the previous requirements, the license fees for B2B providers was the same as for the B2C providers. And it's quite unfair because the level of risks differ for these two players in the industry. To sum up, I will answer the question, is Curaçao gaming license still a solution for gaming industry? And in my opinion, yes, it is. Of course, we need to consider new challenges, new requirements, be aware and prepared for new regulation. At the same time, Curaçao still provides several benefits. Like license fees are still not so high compared to other jurisdictions, especially considering that Curaçao does not establish taxes on gaming operations. Because of the history, the license is very acceptable by financial institutions and industry in general, and it is expected that it will be even more welcoming in the future because of these changes. So, yes, it is a solution, but probably for mid-size and over mid-size gaming operators. As for startups, I would recommend them considering potential alternatives like the big license, Kanawaki license, and even Anchuan license, depending on the level of reputation they are looking for. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any questions related to Curaçao gaming license, or if you are looking for alternative solutions, please contact us directly. Me and my team are usually very responsive and we will be glad to assist you. See you next time.